Hello everyone, Carrington here from Open Heart Games. We are here back with continuing our live play through the Tyranny of Dragons. The party has obtained a dragon egg, and that means that they are going to try and hatch it. And I have already promised the group that, if they take good care of this egg, that they will be able to, it will hatch at the most inconvenient time. So that's very exciting for the party. But on the Open Heart Games front, I actually have an announcement. We have a very cool event coming up that's going to be live streamed here on Twitch. That is going to be on the 6th of February. That is a Sunday. It will be at 1 o'clock Eastern Time till 2 o'clock. We'll be having veteran Game Master Tyler Hudak, who is also an Emmy recipient, on our Twitch stream, and we will be talking about the hallmarks of horror, what makes a good RPG, a good horror RPG session, how to prepare for them, and how to run fantastic horror RPG sessions. I had the pleasure of playing along and running games alongside Tyler, and he's a fantastic storyteller. Very much looking forward to that on February 6th. We would love to see you there. Bring your questions about how to make and how to run a great horror game. So, also, we are back doing our thing. The party is moving towards their next goal of trying to track down the Cult of the Dragon. One of the things that I have kind of done in this particular campaign is I've tried to kind of move some things around and make it, try to not run as rigidly with the module. There are a lot of things that you can do to add to the module to make it interesting, to make it fun, because it does provide you with a lot of kind of broad strokes, and you can really kind of personalize some of these things, personalize the players' connections to the story, personalize the NPCs that they encounter, and so on and so forth. But at the heart of it, this campaign is very linear. It goes from point A to point B to point C to point D, and so on and so forth. There isn't a lot of room for the players to kind of explore in a wide area. And Chapter 4, which is what we're in, called On the Road, is no exception. I've mentioned this previously. This particular chapter does not have a lot of love amongst game masters and amongst players, because first time I ran through this, it was very, very, very long. But I've tried to kind of trim some of the fat. Like in my opinion, some of the encounters aren't really necessary because they're not very fun. But you can pick and choose which ones you think are going to be important for your group. And it's kind of broken into two different sections on what happens in the road. Or on the road. So, with that, I'm actually changing one of the things that I do in my campaigns that I run, that I actually learned from Sly Flourish. And I think it's actually in the Lazy Dungeon Master. If you don't have the book, it's great. But that is to have the players actually give the recap for the session, and I'm doing that for a couple of reasons. Reason number one, it allows me to kind of look over my notes and see what the players are picking up, and if I need to jump in and remind them of a thing that may be important in the session, I can. And also, it is a good, I think it's another game master who said it's kind of like putting a stethoscope on the campaign, and it lets you know what your players consider important information, and two, what kinds of things they are really enjoying in the campaign. So if they really kind of focus in on, like, this is what we did, and then we did this really cool combat thing, and so on and so forth, or we had this really great role-playing interaction, or we had this other thing that we really liked, like we really liked exploring and tinkering with whatever it was that they explored or tinkered with, then you can kind of focus in on, okay, I have a group that really likes combat, so I need to make sure that I have a lot of combat prepared. or man, I have a group that really likes talking to people. I need to make sure they have more social encounters. So that way it gives you a chance to listen as opposed to kind of leading the players by the nose. So with that, I always like to try to start with a volunteer. So I guess we'll start with we'll introduce the characters, and then I will let someone volunteer to do a recap. So we are down our barbarian. Lately Food, unfortunately, is not able to make it tonight. I say Lately Food because we don't actually have a name for him yet, but I'm sure it's a great name. And I'll be kind of disappointed if it's not actually Lately Food. So, with that, just a quick, please tell us who you are, starting with Mordok.
Okay, I'm Dave. I'm playing Mordok, a Esmar Protector Cleric, who now can fly. Yay! I've only done it once, so I'm pretty good at it yet.
Practice makes perfect.
Yes.
All right. And Patrin, who is our first multi-class character.
Yes, I am Brad, also known as Hiyohari in chat, and I will be playing Patrin Purpleheart, our now druid/cleric.
All right. And everyone's favorite kobold monk, Zed.
Yeah. Evening, everyone. BJXMH here in chat and on Twitter. And yes, I play the very small kobold monk named Zed, who wants to grow up and be a dragon one day. And he named Lately Food because when we encountered the character, they took a bump on the head and don't have very many memories right now. And when asked, what do we get to call you? The response was, well, lately I've been called Food. And so I was just like, yep, Lately Food, you get to come with us. So Zed is horrible with names.
Or fantastic, depending upon your perspective.
Correct. Long live Furlong Mothbat.
That character, every time I have run that, except for this group, that character has just straight died. Every time. Every time. She gives some kind of speech, and she's just like, yeah, dragons. And the party's like, no, die. And then that's it. So.
Yep. But yeah, so that's me, that's Zed. Zed does keep a personal diary, so worst comes to worst, we can see what Zed wrote about last week.
That is up to you if you want to share it with the group.
Oh no, I can read. I'll read. I mean, if there's a better, you're not gonna get as many details. So if one of the other two want to volunteer and tell the tale of last week,
sure.
We might get more details. Zed just kind of jots notes down, and sometimes they're helpful, sometimes they're not.
Patrin, did you have a question?
I did not. What happened to lead me to?
Nope. I heard you say a thing or make a noise or something, or maybe. Anyways, so who would like to volunteer to do our recap tonight?
Oh, I can do it.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to pull up the map as the party is traveling. Has traveled, started their journey in Greenest, and is now moving on their way to Baldur's Gate. But anyways.
All right, here's what happened. You see, we escaped some people with a dragon egg. We ran into a bunch of people who, we were just trying to help with a wagon. And then we had to murder them all. I mean, clearly they had no respect for people trying to help them out along the road. Well, once we did that, I went off in the woods, found a horse, talked about his whole life story, got ourselves to the nice, pretty city of El Terrail. We almost didn't talk our way in with a dragon egg. That almost went very poorly. However, it was saved at the last minute. Come to meet my old mentor. Had a little bit of fun in a bar with old friends. And then they sent us on a quest to go, essentially, figure out what the heck everyone was going with these dragon cultists. So we started down a river, and an angry troll tried to make us pay a toll. And we don't do toll roads here.
Oh.
Yeah, we fast pass.
Yeah, we use Fast Pass. And
Yeah.
Fast Pass is a double guiding bolt.
Yeah. So my question here is, multipass. So my question is, if I cast double guiding bolt at a toll booth, can I just pass? Like, and not have to pay the tolls all the way through West Virginia? That'd be
Depends
great.
on how hard you hit them.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So is guiding bolt if you just like turn on the blinders?
I know you start chaining those things and they're going to get ugly really fast.
Oh my goodness. I've duly noted. I guess that's one of the things that I always forget about when it comes to multi-classing is even though you don't have access to like third level spells, if you're a multi-class caster, you have the slots. So you could be like, all right, cool. Thanks so much, Mordock, for casting Guiding Bolt. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at third level. And you can just do that. It seems real good. You know?
Turns out, in fact, pretty decent.
Yep. I think my favorite class combo, and it's a little bit unorthodox, but I really like Cleric 1 Wizard. But I really like that. Mostly for like if going into like Knowledge Cleric and then playing Divination Wizard, because you just get to like know everything and then re-roll the other stuff.
Divination wizards are ridiculous
They're
at high levels.
They are really good. However, I think that the best wizard that exists right now is either Illusionist or, and I'll tell you why in a minute, either Illusionist or the Chronomancer. The Chronomancer is really good because you actually get re-rolls, and that is almost unheard of other than the Luck Feat. So if you took like the Luck Feat and were a Halfling and were a Chronomancer, like you're just re-rolling all the dice. So anyways, that one's really good. Good.
I thought I annoyed you in Tomb of Horrors with my halfling lucky guy
Yeah.
that re-rolled everything.
Yeah, for sure. But Illusionist, because once you get high enough level and you can actually cast like major illusion and whatnot, and there's a thing where you can use a bonus action to make the illusion real. So you can be like, here's a wall of stone, which is normally a 5th level spell. Here's a wall of stone, and now it's real. So you can just control the battlefield, and then also you get the ability to manipulate illusions. So when you're done with that combat, the illusion, I think major image lasts like 8 hours or something like that. You can literally go, I don't remember exactly how long it is, but it's a long time. You can go, cool, well, I'm glad we had this talk. Turn the wall into a coin, make the coin real, put it in your pocket, and continue walking through the dungeon. And you have used one spell to control the battlefield. And if they make you lose it, cool, you still have a million more. Including if you're high enough level, you can just actually cast Wall of Stone or another major illusion or something like that. Illusionist is very strong, especially if you want to just like control the battlefield. Anyways, I digress. The party is making their way to Baldur's Gate. And as I said, I'm going to pepper in especially this because there is a little bit of homebrew and a little bit of things that I'm trying to do to make it a little bit more interesting for this particular playthrough. So one of the things that I did when I was actually preparing for this is, and I'm going to go ahead and move this real quick because I'm pretty proud. One of the things that I did for this particular game is I actually, and you'll want to zoom out a little bit, I actually went in I run also a Descent into Avernus campaign, and Descent into Avernus, Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, provides the Game Master with this fantastic, and I'm going to butcher I've actually never said this word out loud, a gazetteer, maybe? Yes, sure. Of like all of Baldur's Gate, and it has suggestion for NPCs, and it has suggestions for random encounters, and all of these things, and kind of can allow you to really flush out Baldur's Gate. I didn't want the party to spend too long in Baldur's Gate, but in this campaign, if you really wanted them to, you could have your party spend a fair amount of time in Baldur's Gate. There's a lot of things to explore, and if you really wanted to, you could also tie it into... you could tie it very easily into Descent into Avernus, or have the things that are happening in Descent, and I will not spoil that. have the things that are happening in Descent into Avernus happen as the players are arriving in Baldur's Gate and have the players confused and have to deal with all the things that are going on there. So, like I said, I took a few things. One of the things is I took the map, and I also took a couple of encounters that I want my players to have so they can get a feel for Baldur's Gate. But other than that, like, do as much or as little as you want for this. So, yes. And I also, at Arpulus, yes, roll up all the wizards in D&D Beyond. Wizards, my favorite class in the game. I won't say they're the best class because that's subjective, but they are my favorite. So, as everyone is in the boat, you've passed to get the ogre. You still have your dragon egg in tow, and you're making your way down through through the Kyanthar River. And as you're coming through, you are coming underneath this massive bridge structure called Worm's Crossing, and I'm actually going to show kind of what this looks like. It is, and you can click on it to make it even bigger if you want. It is this massive structure that has buildings built on the top of the buildings, and buildings actually built into the, like, built around and, like, scaffolded to the sides and the structure of this. It all looks like just like this, like almost like a not like quite a fungus, but like barnacles have kind of grown on the side of this, though, because all of these things are just kind of hobbled together and whatnot. And as you're kind of going underneath the bridge, you look at it, and so as you're seeing all of these kind of like strange kind of like cobbled together buildings and whatnot on the bridge, how does Patrin feel about this?
I imagine Patrin hasn't been to too many large cities, so he's gonna be a little bit in awe. Like, wow, it's a lot stacked on top of one another.
Yep. What does Mordok think of this?
I want to know how much one of those houses cost.
What does Zed think of this?
Zed, being as small as he is very intimidated that he's bitten off a little more than he could chew. He's a little anxious and kind of just tucked up in the boat and ready to ride this out. All
right. As you cross underneath this massive bridge, you hear a cracking from behind you. You hear a cracking from behind you, and one of the buildings from the bridge actually falls off into the water below.
Okay, never mind I want to buy one of those houses.
Yeah.
I mean, in this current housing market, that home is still worth 60% more than it normally would be.
Jeez. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Please tell me there's someone from Baldur's Gate Realty somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm here to sell you your home. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how far away are we?
From?
This house that just fell into the water.
I'm not going to have it fall right on top of you. It's a ways away.
Oh, I figured it wasn't falling on top of us. That would be just mean.
Houses fall, everyone dies.
Yeah. Okay. It's been fun.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Yep.
Hold on. I have to roll my dex save.
Yeah.
All right.
Is a falling house considered a projectile?
Yeah.
Hey, I passed.
All right. So as I said, you see the house fall into the water.
We talking 100 yards, 500 yards?
How far away do you want it to be?
I don't know. I'm considering a rescue mission.
All right. So you yeah, it's about 100 yards or so away.
I'm not sure how good we are at sailing this boat. But...
Yeah, you do want to try and navigate over to Death by House, Death House 2.
Death House. No, not again. Never.
Oh
It
man.
was the worst part. It was the worst part of Strahd was Death House.
Or best.
No, worst.
Definitely worst.
Definitely
But
worst.
Death House now with underwater action.
Yeah.
Death House 2
There's
Electric
some underwater
Boogaloo.
And
Yeah.
and drowning grip.
Yep. All right. So I will say it doesn't take too much effort to kind of navigate yourself over to where this is, and you just kind of like everyone go ahead and make me a quick athletics check or a strength check to kind of like guide the boat over there.
Oh, woof.
Do you
Sure,
do you
sure.
owe
That's
some
not
people?
Animal handling.
How is it animal handling? Are you a porpoise attached to the front of the boat?
Hey, I'm a druid. Don't you question.
Athletics or what?
I'm waiting for you to athletics or. I mean, what else would you use to row? I think it's
32
athletics.
Dolphins.
Athletics.
I mean,
sure.
you as the druid could be like, yeah, rowing's for
Turtle.
suckers, and just turn into a turtle or something.
or an orca.
Yeah. Oh, you can't because you have swim speed.
I was waiting for you to realize that is actually
That's
impossible.
so
but thank you.
That's the worst. It's so silly.
Oh.
Why? Why does it
Yes,
matter?
Here's the
Right.
silly part. Here's the
You
silly
can't turn
part.
into something that swims.
Yeah.
I can't turn into something that swims, and I can't turn into something that flies, despite the fact I can turn into something that has multi-attack and a much higher challenge rating. I'm questioning a lot of science
I understand. I understand the flying, and I would even understand burrowing if you had a burrow speed. But swimming makes little sense to me. Like in the early days of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, were they really worried about someone being like, "Listen, I'm gonna turn into a guppy and swim in the water elemental"? Like,
I can't even turn into a goldfish. I'm just saying that I feel like there's some weird skewing going on.
maybe they'll fix it in things. I feel like if that part feels superfluous to me. Anyways, so what do we got?
So
We got some.
suck.
Huh?
You got a 10, a 5, a 4, and a 3. We're not very good navigators.
Yeah, make
Zed's
me.
anxiety.
What was that?
Zed's anxiety is getting to him, and that's why he can't navigate this boat.
All right, I'm in. So you guys are just rowing in 3 different directions,
Whee!
and just in a circle. What do you do now? Go ahead and do it again.
Are there victims?
There
Are
appear to be
people-
people swimming out of the house.
All right, hold on.
Oh my gosh, what are we doing? Are we creating water?
I mean, what about destroying water? No. Well, okay. How long does this take to cast as a non-ritual?
One
Is it-
action.
Cast time, 1 action. Okay, I'm gonna speak with animals and try and see if any local water-faring animals will help us get our boat over there and assist these people. Because quite frankly, I ain't so good at the rowing. I owe some people some strength.
Could
Do
you
you want
turn
more
into a
athletics
bear
skills?
and then row better? Kidding, please don't.
Hey, you tempted me.
So you can comprehend and verbally communicate with things. So a little fish pops up and it's just like, actually, you know what? No. Fish. Too passe. A turtle pops its head up. Hello.
Oh.
Well, hello there, my friend.
Hello.
I just appreciate this turtle's talking very slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Do
That's a stereotype
you
and shouldn't
think
be allowed.
you can get us over there?
I'm a turtle.
I know.
I'm not a very big turtle.
Do you have friends?
That's rather personal. I think so. Are you my friends?
Of course.
Do you have any food?
I'll pop him some food.
Yes. We are now friends.
There's more where that came from if you can bring a bunch of your buddies and we can use them to help us get there.
Okay, but that's going to take a while to round everyone up.
Turtle tugs.
What can you do in the meantime?
Hang on. 5E. How...
You always
Looking
want
up a
strength
turtle
check.
in 5e.
I found a turtle. Yeah, he's like, what can I do? I can eat this food. Munch,
Well,
munch, munch, munch.
Try and find as many of your buddies close by as possible and try and help meet us there if we can get there.
You got it. Alright, and he goes under the water. You want to try another round of athletics checks?
Yeah,
Sure.
they can't be worse.
Oh, I assure you they can.
I more than doubled mine.
Listen, I got a -1. That's an awesome athletics check.
It's gonna be one of those days.
Alright, you're able to kind of just like row yourself over. It takes a little bit extra time. The house is like starting to like list and sink into the water. Some of the people are trying to swim and whatnot. Do you like pull them out of the water and everything?
Yeah, how many can we get in here without swamping the boat?
I'm gonna say that there are 3.
Okay.
How many more are there?
Gets you a check on the mathlete team. There are. One of them says, "Please, my children, they're trapped in the house. Please, you must save them."
Of course they do.
They sure do.
Of course. How far away is the house?
Are you gonna jump in and swim?
Oh, hell no.
All right.
Listen, I don't know if you saw our athletics checks, but swimming I don't know is an option.
Do you owe some people some? You owe some people some fins?
I mean, I
You
feel
owe
like
some
D&D
peaceful-
owes my druid some fins, but that's a different conversation.
Okay, just since we never really said what we were doing, I'm gonna strip my armor off.
Sure.
Gone in the water with armor is probably not a really good idea. And then where is it?
I had a player one time jump in and not even full plate. They jumped in and they were a dwarf, and in 3.5 allowed you to have armor made of stone. And they jumped in
nice.
with stone armor and forgot about this,
Nice.
sank to the bottom of the ocean, or sank to the bottom of the river, and just walked out because their con score was so high that they just held their breath the whole way. And the GM was like, "I guess that's fine." This is pretty hilarious.
I don't know, where is my flying thing?
Oh yeah, you have that flying thing. Yes,
Yeah.
please link it.
I'm trying to find where it's at. Ah, there it is.
Man, must be nice to fly.
So aggressive. I mean, Korash can fly from level 1, right?
Yeah, well, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Wow, so
Oh.
aggressive.
You know?
Only
This
flight
way-
that counts is the flight you can use.
That's right.
Just wait till Zed can fly.
Oh, you can fly too?
Kind of.
Kind of.
All right, so you use your action to unleash divine energy within yourself, causing your eyes to glimmer and 2 luminous incorporeal wings to sprout from your back. You have a minute of flying time. So
Yeah,
you know-
that's enough to get me over there.
Okay.
Oh, and then start searching. I asked them, well, what's their names?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just make you. She tells me. Okay.
Hey man, you didn't prepare
Got
for
it.
this. You dropped a house.
Yeah.
You should have had an entire backstory set up. For
That's
these
right.
kids.
Oh yeah.
I know their names, so I'll fly over there and start yelling their names, whatever they are. You know, Sam and Mary and Pippin.
So we're gonna go with. Oh my gosh, I found some great ones. Orgle and
Orgle.
and Tola. There you go. Enjoy.
Okay.
I literally
okay.
typed in human name generator go.
What is with bridges and tolls?
Listen, here we are. All right, so are you gonna pop in the house?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. So I need you to make a con save. Got to take that big breath.
Con save.
Carrington, have any of my turtle buddies surfaced?
They have. This is the guy. This is the guy I
there
talked
you
to.
go.
This is the guy I told you
How
about.
about a 20?
Yeah, that's great. So yeah, you roll a 20. You take a big breath and you dive in. You go through one of the windows and you start swimming through, trying to find these kids.
Okay.
We're gonna cut back to Patrin. The turtle's there.
I'm gonna first throw some food to all the turtles that came.
This is
You
the
know,
guy.
I promised
see?
something. I have to reward it.
I told you. This is the guy that has food. He's my friend. He's my friend first.
You are all my friends.
But I was your friend
You're
first.
the first friend.
Yes. He gives you a turtle thumbs up.
I will ask him and his turtle buddies to go assist my flying / now diving and swimming friend in the house to find the other people and help them out.
I would like to point out that their intelligence is 3. What would you like them to do? You're going to need to spell it out for them.
I'm a point.
These are just like little turtles,
point
right?
to the house.
Yep.
I'm a point to myself while I'm explaining it. I'm gonna make a choking thing, and then I'm gonna be like, "Get them to the surface."
And choke them out.
No,
That's,
they're turtles.
that's what-
They can't wrap their arms around the person's throat. Anyway,
But you know what they have?
I don't know.
A swim speed.
They do so.
It's too bad you couldn't have gotten some
Also,
paracuda or something,
I'll
you know?
ask my bestest friend how much weight can a turtle support? How large are these turtles?
They're like, they're just like box turtles. They're like this big.
Box turtles.
Oh, yeah,
I was,
you're this
I was
big,
hoping for
fat
like a
turtle.
sea turtle size, but you know.
Or
I wanted to surf a turtle, okay? I was waiting for it.
You think you're Legolas and you can,
Well, I don't have a swim speed, but I can talk to things with swim speed, so I was just hoping, you know.
you strap a couple to your feet, you might get to like water ski.
Yeah, I could use like my back hair. Oh wait, wrong movie.
Yep.
barrel riders. Turtle
Oh my gosh.
riders.
So you tell the turtles that you need for them to help your friend, right, who's in the house.
Yeah, help him find the little ones who look like us, and I'm just going to point generically to all the different peoples so they get a rough idea.
Yeah,
Get to
dwarf
the
and a kobold.
A dwarf, a kobold, and the humans we've already rescued into the boat.
All right. So the turtles go in. They go in the house. There are turtles swimming around you looking for things.
Oh, goody.
Yep. One of them immediately snaps onto something and drags it outside. More on that later. And as this is happening, you're searching, and I need you to make me a let's say I'll let you choose investigation or perception. Your choice.
Oh, perception, I'm sure.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense for your character. It's dark in there, so it's going to be a disadvantage. So
I can see
He has
it.
dark vision.
I have dark vision.
sure. All right, so not that's straight roll.
And it's perception. Roll.
Okay, so you find one of the kids is just like in a little air pocket, and is just sitting there shaking and shivering, and is scared to to see you.
Okay, I'm gonna say, take a deep breath and come with me, and I'll take a deep breath,
Okay.
and out we go.
All right, you've got one of the kids saved. The other turtle, you hear a clanking against the boat. The turtle has something in its mouth.
What does the turtle have in its mouth?
A doll.
Kind of figured.
And it looks at you, it puts the doll into the boat, and it's just like,
Food.
food.
I throw it a piece of food and go, no, live ones, taller.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Got it. So it goes into the thing, and you hear it talk to the other ones. Oh, it wants the live ones.
Patrin will slap his forehead.
Their intelligence is 3. I'd like to point out that their intelligence is 3.
So they're barely self-aware.
I'm pretty sure that their brain is about the size of maybe a pecan.
I would just like to point out, Carrington, you've given me a lot of very low intelligence animals when I've used this spell.
I'm really
it is a
sorry that
fictional
animals... I'm sorry that there are not a whole lot of great animal philosophers, theologians, or sages. At least in our
I
world.
believe there probably are.
Sure. Noted.
Bertie Sanderson.
Noted.
Once again, is
smarter
asking
smarter
for-
animals. I'll give you a smarter animal sometime. Anyway, so you the turtles are all going in there and they're searching through. Are you going back in, Mordok?
Oh yeah.
All right, so you...
When I come out of the water with the kid, how far away am I from the boat?
I'd say far enough you can just put the kid in the boat.
Okay. And deep breath and back in,
All right.
following the turtles.
Another
And-
perception check. With the assistance of the turtles, you're able to... I'm going to give you advantage on this one. You're able to find the other kid who is unconscious,
Okay.
which you're able to take him out. And you're able to take him and put him in the boat.
Okay.
Gosh, take him out. That's so violent.
It is.
Look who's being aggressive now.
All right. Do you want to try and use medicine?
Why don't I just heal them?
That's fine too.
Okay. And they're 0 hit points?
Yep.
Oh, they get max.
All right. So you cast a spell on him, and the holy light shines around the child, and then suddenly he sits up and coughs up a bunch of water, and looks around and picks up the doll and holds it close.
Aw.
Mm-hmm.
Good turtle.
Food.
Food.
I chucked them some more food.
They're very happy. Oh, thank you so much.
It reminds me, I'm having a flashback to the first Men in Black movie when they opened the locker. And all the little people were in there.
Yep.
And it was all hail Zed, right?
Yeah, all hail Zed.
That's a coincidence.
Yep.
You'll have to work that in somehow.
all hail Jay.
Yeah. It was Jay then, yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
So, as you have rescued these folks, there are quite a few of them. The children were trapped. There's about 8 people, which is more than the boat will carry. What do you do?
We'll throw them some lines and they can hang on.
All right. One of them says, "Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, travelers, for stopping. Well, if I may say, you're clearly not from Baldur's Gate, are you?"
No, we're just coming down river to seek employment.
Oh, well. If you don't mind me asking, is there anything we can do for you? We don't have much money, and obviously all of our belongings are gone. But is there anything that we can do to help?
Well, we're hoping to get connected with a merchant train going north. If you know anyone that could point us in the right direction, that would be greatly helpful, rather than us just wandering around.
Of course. I actually can help with this. You'll want to go to the Wide, which is in the upper city, which is up here. This is them pinging. You'll want to go as far as you can, and get as far as you can up to the upper city, in order to make it to the Wide, which is where all the merchants come and ply their wares and move them. Mind the flaming fist, though; they can be rather corrupt.
The Flaming Fists, please. Who are they?
They're the mercenary company that keeps order around here.
Well, we shouldn't have any problem with them. We're not looking for trouble.
They may find it, whether you bring it with you or not. Catch my meaning.
Yes.
Oh, well, that sounds not lovely.
Well, it's the city of blood. What else can you do, right? So as you also you pass the there's this massive sea tower which is quite beautiful, and the person says, "Well, that's actually the sea tower of the Baldrin, one of the founders of Baldur's Gate, and where the Flaming Fists are stationed. That's them right there, and that's their banner as well, which you can see is just like a fist with flames rising around it."
Well, I'm assuming we're gonna take these guys to either Twin Song or preferably on the north side of the the north side of the
They
river.
recommend that you take them up in this area.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Sorry, up in what area?
So their house just fell here, and they want us to go take them over here.
I mean, their house fell here. I mean, they want to go. They can go here. This is fine.
Yeah.
To be dropped off by the side of the river, but they recommend that you go up here. This is where you want to go, near the city. Yeah. So this is where you can drop them off, and this is where you'll want to end up going, so that you can make it to the Wide.
Okay. So we'll take our longboat or rowboat or whatever the heck it is, and we'll head up to that area.
All right. So you
That
drop
strange
you
feeling
drop
we
them
won't be
off.
allowed in.
You drop them off in the Twin Songs area, and they're very thankful, and they ask if it's not too much trouble. I know that you saved us. We've lost everything. Can you help us out with anything? Anything that you could give. I realize that you've given us our lives and our children's lives already, but we don't have any belongings or even warm, dry clothing.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I could help.
Okay.
We could give them a dragon fact.
No. My
Give them the turtles.
We have a head of a cultist, or did we feed that to the dragon egg?
No. I don't need much to go to live by, and live on. We've come across some good riches lately with our work, and Zed ends up tossing a small little coin bag with 20 gold pieces in it.
Thank you so much. And one of the little children,
That's probably like a
Isn't that-
year's wages.
I was gonna say, isn't that like a year's wages?
one of the little children like walks up and hugs Zed,
Thank you.
and hands Zed her doll.
That's really nice. I appreciate it. I think your doll. I think you're gonna need your doll for some support. I mean, you just went through a lot. and like he gives it like a little hug to show that he appreciates it, but offers it back to her.
She points at the barrel. And she
Points at
says,
what?
the barrel.
Oh, okay.
And she says, for the baby.
Oh shit.
Language, but yes.
Our first dog,
Sorry.
our first dragon toy.
Okay, who is this girl?
You know how kids can be.
Yeah, how would a
Too
child
perceptive.
know? How would a child know we have an egg in there?
Looked in while we weren't paying attention.
You know how kids can be.
Yeah, I get okay, fine, and I take it. I just kind of stuff it in my bag.
Now
Okay.
you have to describe said doll, Carrington. I need a exact description of what this doll is.
It's a little creepy doll with button eyes, a sewn-in mouth, and there's a little tag on the bottom that says, is no fun, is no Blinsky.
I knew that was coming.
Yes.
For those listening at home, that's a Curse of Strahd reference.
In another life, a spirit of a little elf in the back of my head says something.
Hello! We have a person who's joined us.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Alright.
Oh, it's lately food.
I'm glad you could wake up from your nap lately, Food.
How long was I out?
3 days, 47 miles.
A while. Let's just say
Long
a while.
time.
Alright, I have a question. So I will let you now. This is a great opportunity. Please, you wake up on a boat. You wake up on a boat, and you have some of your memories back. So go ahead and introduce your new character, and I will adjust. Right now it says Korash Sorcerer, and that's not true because Korash died. What is your character's name?
Give me just a second. I'm getting my computer all booted in here.
Lately Food.
Yes, that's his name. That's his name.
Love it. And what's your class?
Well, see, here's the thing. You pronounced classes wrong.
Oh snap. What are your classes?
I am a barbarian warlock.
Alright. Bam.
There's some logistics I'm gonna need to work out with that in my brain here later.
Yeah, fear not, my friend. I've been working on those for quite a while now.
Alright.
Yes, you owe people strength, but you're really good at the charisma.
No, actually. People owe me strength, and I'm decent at the charisma.
Remember, you just need to have a 13 in order to multi-class.
you are.
Exactly.
Oh, you owe people intelligence.
A lot of it.
What is your intelligence?
An 8.
Sometimes you gotta owe people some intelligence. Math's hard. I get it.
Alright, so I am booted up and ready to go now. So what you see before you is about between 8 and 9 foot tall, bare-chested, uncharacteristic of Goliaths, but he's got a beard. Like, it's really wiry and thin, and it's already turned white, but he's got a beard. And then, some just, like, really beat-up leather pants. And he's carrying around a big old great axe.
Nice.
Well, I guess at this point you would have been carrying around my big old great axe, and I would have been resting comfortably.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
So, lately, Food will get to his. How big is this boat?
Not very.
Okay, so like it's real unsteady then.
You kind of like lay across, like you lay like the length of the boat.
Okay, so I will. Let me check my decks real quick.
Yeah, but we're getting ready
Yeah.
to pitch it, so
Okay, Stanley, be quiet. I will not very skillfully get to a more comfortable, less spread out position. So probably like knees to chest, sitting in the middle of the floor in like the fetal position. Um, where are we?
Um, we we made our way to El Terrell and met some people, and we took the river, and I believe we're at this place called Boulder's Gate. And you just missed it. We saved a family from drowning.
Oh,
And I got this doll, and I like show the doll, and like the head pops up out of the bag.
is it like a creepy doll?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I gave them money.
You paid 20 gold for a doll. Seemed like a good trade.
Right. I will quickly turn and face anyone else that's not in possession of that doll.
but it's a Blinsky, so it's worth 20 gold.
Right.
It is a Blinsky.
Right. So, what are we doing here?
What exactly was our mission again?
Trying to find the cult of the dragon.
We're supposed to.
Checking
Hook
the
up with
quest log.
Are we not supposed to hook up with the caravan?
Well, trying to find the cult of the dragon, and they are trying to they're trying to move the treasure that they have all plundered by using some kind of caravan.
Yep.
Right.
If we
Track down and follow one of the cult's treasure wagons by joining the caravan in which it hides.
Yep, there you go.
Yep. And most importantly, the quest is to hatch the egg. Which, oh, by the way, we figured out what we need to do for the egg, and it's going along. You might see it wiggle. That's just because it likes us. It likes gnarly things.
That's because
Like
you
foul
spit in a barrel
things.
every day.
Yeah.
Gross. But
Gross.
true.
I like to coat it in a little bit of acid.
So, to follow up what we doing, who are you?
Who are you asking?
Everybody.
Well, I'm Zed. I want to be a dragon when I grow up. I love dragons. Know lots about them.
What's the coolest thing you know?
Oh boy. Let me see. Everyone else introduce yourself, and I'll go find a fact. And he's like, obviously digging for his book. So the other two introduce yourself and.
You haven't actually introduced yourself with your real name yet, correct?
Correct.
I would be like, hello, lately food. I'm Patrin Purpleheart. And then I'll hand him a beer.
Oh, thank you. And it just like disappears into my face.
Nice.
Patrin will also ditto disappear his beer into his face.
Some
It's
magical,
nice to have
magical
another
beers
drinker
here.
around.
Patrin, I'm pretty sure whatever you're drinking will kill me.
I'm sure it's slowly killing me as well. That's a lie. I have dwarven resilience.
Yep.
Resistant to poison.
Correct.
I will look over to the remaining member of the party and just like
And,
raise an eyebrow.
and I am Mordok, and you are?
Oh, Oh, yes. Sorry. My name is Baylor Kisk.
All right, one more time with that because I gotta change your nickname.
It's Baylor, Baalor, Kisk, Kisk. And I will change my name in places now.
Bam.
I just want you to know that in my head, my brain went to lore kiss, even though you have an intelligence of -1.
Hey, Lord.
Why won't it
Excellent.
let me change my name? Would you do the thing, please?
Lore kiss. Or
Oh,
kiss?
don't
No.
forget, you are actually level 4.
Oh, no kidding!
No kidding.
Surprise.
That means I got some stuff to do.
Awesome.
Well, Baylor. You asked about the coolest dragon thing I know.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. A dragon. Well, a dragon can look like a snake. It might even have wings. Or sometimes, as we found out so far, they look a lot like lizards. Dragon facts.
Yep.
So, are you a dragon?
No, I want to be one when I grow up. I'm just a kobold, and a very, very little one at that.
Oh, okay. I don't.
You can see that Zed stand like you're sitting, and you're still taller than Zed, who's standing in front of you.
Sure. So I'm actually going to slowly reach for wherever my axe is, and like put it on my person instead of wherever it is.
Yeah. No wonder no one messed with the barrel while we were gone.
No kidding, eh?
Messed with the what?
With the barrel.
The barrel. Inside the barrel is the egg.
Oh, okay.
So don't hurt the barrel. Yeah. Hopefully it'll hatch.
One day.
But we just left you sleeping by the barrel, so I guess people just looked at you and were like, "Oh, I'm not touching this cart."
Is this one taken?
And just kind of carried on.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, my bad. This one's taken. Got it. See ya.
Something I forgot to mention as far as description is concerned. So his skin is super, super white, but you can see faintly on his skin. First, you notice it as like ridges on his skin, and then you notice that it's actually a slightly different color of white. But he's got like a, for lack of a better description, traditional Japanese dragon that starts like at one wrist and wraps around his arm, around his torso, and finishes on the other wrist.
Nice.
Do you like dragons too?
Yeah, it's kind of a family thing.
We could be best friends.
I have a quick question. What is your AC?
13.
Love to hear that. What about your HP?
35.
All right. What about your not AC? Your how many rage do you have? 2?
2.
All right. Cool. And copy and it's so weird that your token is acting a little strange, but I'm sure it's fine. All right. Boom.
Can't be that bad, can it?
You say that. All right. And copy. All right. So the party makes their way into Baldur's Gate. You kind of, hang on, let's have the strong character make an athletics check. And row your boat.
Where's my token so it'll roll in the roll 20?
You don't have to select it to roll and roll.
Okay.
I mean, you should just be able to.
Yeah, it should just
click it on
send it to
D&D Beyond.
BTT.
Did you say athletics?
Yes.
Excellent. It's gonna be one of those nights.
Yep. So all of the rest of you are on one side, and Baylor is just like, whoom, whoom, like just, I mean, and still the thing is just rotating towards him because he is so strong, and that's why so it's just not working right now. But anyways, after it takes a while, but you're able to kind of figure out how to navigate this boat, and you do get to the your destination. Upon arriving there, you hear a whistle. That was a terrible whistle, but anyway, he whistles to you, and before you standing is a flaming fist guard. Let me see here. And he's in plate. He has the sigil here. And he stops you, and he says, "All right, you have anything to declare?"
My name is Baylor Kiss.
All right. He points over and is just like, "Anybody else?"
I have some fine brew.
I'm gonna need to confiscate that.
Wait, what?
What? It's my flask.
Sorry. Contraband. By order of the harbor master. He crosses his arms.
Are you telling me that there's nothing to drink in this town?
I'm sorry, is this man lying to me? I must know immediately. I'm sure he is, but for the brevity of the game.
He appears to be, not entirely being forthcoming with you.
I have an intelligence of 8. I have no idea whether or not he's lying, so...
Well, lucky for you, intelligence is the one that determines whether or not someone's lying.
Is it?
No.
It's wisdom.
No.
It's
Wisdom.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm killing it there, too, so...
Yeah, we're
Love
a very
it.
wise party. We're just not very smart.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you do. So he says, so you get the feeling that he is trying to con you. Or he's definitely taking advantage of his position.
I'm correct in assuming every city has a subsection of rules, correct?
I mean, I'm sure that places have laws, probably. Do they have laws where you're from?
I mean, mostly there's trees and plants, but yeah, the law of nature.
Sure, yeah, you do you.
Well, I know he is not being extremely upright and forthcoming.
Sure.
So Patrin would like to be like, what rule does it say that allows you to confiscate a dwarf's beer?
He said, well, I just have to be careful of everything that comes through here. Yeah, yes, yeah, and I have to search things as is the by order of the harbor master. Can't let any we have reports of people trying to bring in illicit goods. I have to check everything. So, what do you say to that?
Well, first I will look around and see Carrington with my massive perception. Do I notice any individuals or other boats or anything being shady around me?
You
Anything that
do.
looks
You
that
do
way.
notice there's a couple of people being a little shifty.
Well, I'll lean in close to this man. I was like, so you need to find people being shifty and confiscate goods from them?
At this point, Baylor's kind of like hands on the hips, hunched down a little bit, fairly close, and just like head snapping back and forth between the two of them as they're talking.
Heck yeah. Just back and forth.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
What's his response to that? That was a more of a question than a like accusation.
He says,
by tone.
I'm just trying to do my job. Okay? You don't like it? Turn the boat around and leave.
Oh no, I completely understand. And I'm gonna like subtly point him in the direction of the people looking shifty. You can fleece fine citizens, but that group right over there seems to be up to something.
Well, that's weird.
Isn't it? And I'm not even from here.
He says, I do have to do my due diligence. I have to check the crate. Then I'm going to check over with those shifty citizens over there.
I'm gonna hand him the flask as like take a sip of this while we're going at it.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna need him to roll a con save.
What's the DC? Or are we just making it up?
I don't know. You made it up last time we did the drinking game. That's your choice. I'm just going with the canon.
Lights out.
I have definitely added psychedelic mushrooms to this brew, though, based on my previous conversation.
Lord.
So,
do I need to roll a con save?
Why? You're next to him?
I did hand him a beer earlier, but not the flask. The flask is what has the big con.
Okay.
Yep.
Lights out for the
Yeah,
veteran.
he just takes a drink. It'll quench you.
Pour one out for the homie.
And he's just like...
Patrin's gonna take a swig as well to put it back in his mouth.
Alright, cool. Make that con save.
With advantage.
That's where you're wrong. Because I came in both files.
Whoever took a drink. Alright, cool. He's just like... So, like, after a single sip, he's just like... He's just like, So, do you, he asked for the, he said, I still need you to open that barrel.
Do you, though?
Yes.
Barrel, you look a little drunk off of one sip, lad. You have more than one sip. I think you might be
I've
down.
gotta do my... You're a nice guy. And he just, like, pats you on the shoulder, and he's just like, Yes. But I've gotta check the barrel.
How do you open up this giant guy? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. You clearly need to go rest.
I'll be like, he doesn't need to rest, and I'll hand him another sip of the flask.
No. These are not the barrels you're looking for. No. $13. He draws his sword and points it at the at those. He says, "Ne'er-do-wells, stand and deliver!" And he starts. What was that?
Baylor is going to put his fingers, his very large fingers, on the blade. And then one hand on his shoulder, slowly lower the blade with a serious face, and then get real close to his face and say, I don't think you want to do that.
I have to
intimidate him.
He's not pointing it at you. He's pointing it at the scallywags.
The ones that I pointed out.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's probably still the right call. It's still probably the right call. He's just like, so he go ahead and make that intimidation check. He drops his sword and begins crying and says, "But the citizenry!"
I'll pat him on the shoulder and be like, lad, that's not any way to act, and I'll hand him another sip.
You're just trying to... Alright.
You're gonna kill him.
No.
Hey. He just won't remember in the morning. It's fine.
Alright, he's still not doing great.
See?
Alright. He's like, okay, and just like passes out.
There you go. There you go. I will drag him to the nearest wall and sit him upright.
Yep.
I was thinking about swapping him out for the barrel in our boat and just letting the boat go.
That's mean. The poor fella.
Me, not Zed.
How
Zed has no
awesome
no
would
skin in
that
this
be
game.
if he just like
He'll wake
woke
in
up,
Rivendell.
So,
just woke up and was just like, how?
so you personally were thinking that, but I feel like after Patrin just got this man drunk, I feel like I would do that.
Are you putting him in the boat?
I would put him in the boat. I will carefully place his sword back in his scabbard.
Okay.
I mean, you
Set him
kind of
in the
have to
boat.
wrestle me for him because I was sitting him against the wall.
I'll be like, oh, no. I've got a much better idea.
What is it?
I'll lean in close and I'll be like, let's put him in the boat and send him on his merry.
I mean, why though?
Think about when he wakes up.
I mean, it would be really funny.
Oh, it'd be so
But
funny.
like, he'll get fired, and
Oh, you think if he's fleecing people along the thing, he wouldn't get fired anyway? We're saving the lad a time.
I mean, you. Okay, put him in the boat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Baylor, can you pick up the barrel?
Oh, yeah. So as I drop the guard into the boat, I will scoop up the barrel.
Careful though.
Okay.
Very careful.
Are you
Give
just
me a
gonna
strength
like? Are you just
factor,
gonna
and
like
I'm
do
just gonna
this
pick
kind
it
of
up.
thing and like carry it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
What
put
is
it
your
over my
what is your
shoulder.
like? Hang on. What is your strength?
+5,
Sure. So you have
17.
a what?
17.
A 17.
Yeah.
What is and you're a Goliath?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm just curious because I'm pretty sure that and I think you have the ability to carry even more things. Oh my goodness.
How much can a Goliath carry?
It's so
So
much.
I think they get bonuses, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. So okay, so they have powerful build which doubles the amount that they can carry. So right now your character can carry 1,000 pounds of things.
1,000 pounds.
Yes.
Half a ton.
Yeah.
That
That's
and
ridiculous.
no, it's not even. But wait, there's more. like,
There's more.
yes, wait, there's more. First, that's just normal. That's just like they could have 1,000 pounds of equipment on them. Okay.
That's ridiculous.
But wait, there's more.
I posted a picture of my boy in Discord for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. So also, if it's not combat and he's dragging things, and like that's just his lift. The pull and drag is ×4, so he can pull 4,000 pounds of things.
That's ridiculous.
But wait,
Broken.
there's more. If someone casts Enhance ability on him, that becomes 8,640 pounds of things that he can carry.
Who has Enlarge on their spell list?
Clerics?
I'm pretty sure I do as well.
Enhance ability is the one that it says in this particular Reddit post.
But
Thanks, Reddit.
Enlarge also changes his size from large to huge.
He's not large on it. He's medium.
Or, well, changes his size to large.
Yep.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, large creatures' like strength multiplier is higher.
Sure.
So the real question that your character has to ask the rest of the party is, do you even lift, bro?
Yeah, no. My guy is like absolutely stacked. He's not, the tall, thin, lithe but muscular Goliath. He's stacked.
That's awesome. All right. Oh my goodness.
That's just broken.
You think?
So how
That's a
long
lot
did
of
we have
C's.
between me waking up and us getting out of the boat?
Why do you ask?
Was it an hour?
Does it need to be an hour?
I would like it if it was an hour.
It's an hour.
So as I scoop the barrel, I will just like toss my great axe in the air, and it just like poof, gone.
Sounds good. You poof, it's in the air. You pick up the barrel. You've got it here. You pick up the guy by the scruff of his neck, gently set him in the boat. He's sleeping.
What kind of armor was this?
I need
kind
to
of armor was
inspect
this
that
guy wearing?
rigging.
You said he was in plate, Carrington?
Splint, I think.
Oh, okay.
He is in splint. A longsword.
Okay, nothing special.
You get back here, you scallywag. Nice.
We'll just kind of give him a easy push off from the wherever it is that we are, a dock, I would assume.
What
Nighty
do you-
night.
Yeah. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor?
You push him off the wharf and let him float downstream.
My man is gonna wake up in Gondor.
I just want to point something out that's hilarious in my mind. So, like, the cleric that can create items with their ability, I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the College of Creation. They're things
That's
they
a
create.
bard, right?
Yeah, Bard. Yeah, the Bard, the College of Creation. The things they create can like magically sing, like they magically hum tunes and everything. And once you hit certain levels, you can create boats and stuff. So you literally could send someone downstream in a boat that's humming. What could you do with a drunken sailor?
That's fantastic. I'm here for the memes. Oh my gosh, that's so good. All right, so you push him down, and as you are making your way through the streets of Baldur's Gate, suddenly there are a group of guards that begin walking and screaming out loud as you're walking down this alleyway. Make way! Make way! And they have their crossbows out and everything.
I'll make way.
All right.
Sally?
Yeah, we'll move over to the side.
I'm gonna like linger for just a minute and like stare like a big idiot, and then when I realize the group has walked away, I will like quickly shuffle over to them.
Make way! Make way! And these look like their armor is impeccable. It is impeccable. Their crossbows are polished. Their arrows are well fletched. These guards are very impressive. And then you see two nobles walking along, just completely oblivious to the plight of the people around them, who are just walking through and just like talking about these things. And yes, do you think that this particular thing, this patriarch? I think they're off their rocker. Yes, the High Duke, indeed. The High Duke seems to have a grasp on the situation. Oh, but those flaming fists, they do. They just don't have the same kind of, I don't know, civilization. They just kind of reek of mercenary work. Yes, indeed. Much like these rabble that we walk through. Yes. Well, one must walk among its people to get a true feel for Baldur's Gate and to take care of things. Yes. I'll carry on fairly well. And they just keep on walking down.
Well, before they get
so I
too
can assume-
far, Carrington.
So, hold on. So before these two, I mean, I don't care if they leave or not, I assume these guards are not flaming fist guys.
They're not.
Okay.
Yep. Again, the guards are have on like polished armor. Their armor
Okay.
is polished. They're very well dressed. They look like they've seen some scraps for sure. Like these are clearly well paid, well trained, well organized personal guards, and they earn their pay. But they also look like their armor and their boots are high grade leather, polished armor, polished crossbows, waxed mustaches. Like they are like high class guards. Patrin, what did you say?
I was going to say, before they get too far, I think some of those hoity-toity comments are a little rude, so I'm going to look around. Do I see any rats or anything around me?
Well, yeah, there's one in the picture.
Always.
Bro, I figured.
So there's one in the picture. There is one in the picture. Oh my gosh! Wow, hang on a second. I'm going to show this right here. Bam, look at that. Right here. Right there.
Right on the right.
Yeah, right on the right.
Good eye.
Yeah, right there.
So, I'm going to speak with my little buddy, the rat,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to hand him a little bit of food as I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be like, there's more in it for you where that came from, if you do me a
Oh.
little favor.
I am listening.
You see those two pompous people walking right there? You might
Every
know
day,
them.
every day of my life.
Why don't you go run up the lady's shirt?
You got it. And, like, runs over, and you immediately just hear screaming. And the twang of crossbow bolts.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yep.
Patrick may have made a mistake.
Yep.
Was anyone harmed in the twanging of these crossbow bolts?
Not any humans.
No.
Oh no!
No.
Oh
Do
wait
they
a minute.
want-
We're gonna feel sorry for a rat, and we just sent some poor guard down the river drunk.
Yeah, that guy was mean.
Yeah.
That guy didn't die.
Some poor rat that was just looking for a piece of cheese.
I promised him cheese just for a prank, and he got killed.
I'm not that mean.
Okay.
Okay, did he get away?
He's right there next to you.
Let's go.
I'll hand him an extra large bit and be like, thanks, bud.
You got it. He eats it. Are you new
Oh.
here?
Well, yes.
Be careful.
What do I need to be careful of?
The skull people. And
Skull people.
yes, oof, skull people. Nope, they like to kill. They like to kill lots of things. Be very careful, the skull people here.
Oh, well, that sounds dreadful. Have you seen any people who are also like to maybe murder, but they look more culty in a different way?
I don't know what a cult is.
I'm a point to our little cobalt friend. I was like, have you seen anybody who looks like this guy?
No. But I did see a weird scaly lizard person. They had black scales. Yep. They had black scales. Can I have more cheese? Is the answer yes?
I'm sorry, Carrington. 1 second.
No problem. He's like, they had black scales, and they purple robes. Yep, that was them.
Baylor is absolutely clueless about what's going on right now.
Patrin's just sitting there talking to a rat, and the rat is just like chittering away, looking at him.
Because they're
I'm
more
gonna,
intelligent than turtles.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Because they're more intelligent than turtles.
I mean, yeah, to survive in the City of Blood, wouldn't you need to be? Turtles have...
I'm gonna... Go ahead, sorry.
They can solve puzzles.
Turtles or rats?
Rats.
Rats.
Okay, I knew rats, but if you were gonna tell me turtles can solve puzzles, I'm a little confused.
No,
now.
but crows can. Crows can actually
Yes.
solve, like, 3-stage puzzles.
Crows
Yeah,
are
so
incredibly
can-
intelligent.
So can squirrels.
Yep. It's a whole YouTube
Um,
series devoted to that.
Oh yeah, if you ever want to lose hours of your day, just type in squirrel maze or something. on
Yeah,
YouTube.
for sure.
I did share somebody shared the squirrel catapult, right? Me.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Baylor is gonna crouch down real close to the rat. Like naturally, he's gonna be still like 4 feet tall, so it's kind of pointless for him to crouch. And he's just gonna start like whispering under his breath at it to see if it talks back to him.
It looks at Patrin and looks at Baylor and is just like, what's he doing? Why is he just chittering at me? It's freaking me out.
I think he's trying to talk, but he just doesn't quite know the language, and I have him another piece of cheese.
Oh, yeah, he takes it and immediately eats it. He's like, I hope that was helpful. The person, the lizard person, they had a really big sword, and they seemed to be yelling and pointing at a lot of people. And they got into a silk box, and then people carried them away.
Right. So what I'm
you think
looking
you could-
for
Oh.
is like a bar where I can get just like a lot of alcohol. Can you help me with that?
Are you speaking to the rat or speaking to me?
A rat.
I don't understand what he's saying. Because I'm a rat.
We'll get to that in a second. Do you think you could show us 2 things, little buddy? And I'll hand him another piece of cheese.
Yes.
Do you think you could show us where that happened and where they went? Or at least lead us to where you saw?
Yes.
And then also, what would you say is the rowdiest establishment humans like to get into together, celebrating with things that smell a little bit like this? And I'll give him an itty bitty sniff of the flask, but not like close, just like a small waft. Don't want to kill this rat.
Oh, yes. You want to go to the Screaming House.
Oh, the Screaming
yes,
House.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. The Yelling House. Yep. That's where everyone does lots of drinking. There's definitely cheese, and then there's also things people stumble around, and there is a lot of yelling.
I'm gonna reach over and like try to snag a piece of cheese while not looking away from the rat, and like just like fumble my way through stealing a small piece of cheese, and then I'm gonna hold it out and I'll be like, "So, I give you this, you talk to me, right? So, here's the cheese. Do you have like little rat cities, or like do you all live on your own, or?"
He's kind of freaking me out.
He kind of freaks me out a little bit too. The best part is I'm like, yeah.
Patrin, what'd he say? What'd he say?
He says you're a nice fellow, but you're a little close. But he
Oh,
appreciates the cheese.
Sorry. So I'll take like a shuffle step backwards, but then I'll lean in and get even closer.
Nice. All right, so the rat has agreed to take you where he saw this thing happen. So he takes you to the Wide, which is this massive kind of open air market where there are lots of people kind of plying their wares and all these things. And they said this is where this was. This is where it was.
Oh, do you know what happened with them afterwards?
I don't know. I saw them. I thought it was weird.
Thank you.
They got into it over in that alley over there. They didn't seem like they were trying to stay hidden.
and I'll like hand out give him my hand and see if he'll just scurry up real quick.
Sure.
I'll let him. Put a piece of cheese on my shoulder and be like, "Come in with me for a few, little man, and I'll keep giving you these."
Oh yeah, like this. Eats the cheese.
And this is how Patrin got a familiar. No,
Yeah, but you got to cast it every 10 minutes.
Yep. Well, yeah, we'll just take out the pearl and just replace it with cheese.
Yeah.
All right, that is actually a really good place for us to. And the rat will also lead you to what he called the Yelling House, which is a rowdy bar, as you could imagine.
Oh yeah,
that
was part
well,
of it.
he wants to lead it to you, but it is taking you far away from the wide. If you want, it's actually going to be in the lower city, which is quite a ways away. But it seems
Gosh, where is the lower city?
further south. So it seems like that takes you away from where you want to
Pinged it.
be, which is right here at the moment.
wanna be
So that is a good place for us to take a break real quick. Let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break, and we will come right back, and we will continue our playthrough. So don't go away. We will be back soon. Hello everyone, Carrington here from Open Heart Games. We are back with our live play of Tyranny of Dragons. We are in Chapter 4, which is On the Road. The players have just made their way to Baldur's Gate, one of the most beloved cities in Faerun, the Forgotten Realms. And I wanted to give the players an opportunity to kind of play around it a little bit in Baldur's Gate, as it is a very beloved place for characters to interact with, and just so they could also see Baldur's Gate is a city of dichotomy, where you have the squalor of these people who are literally clinging to the sides of bridges in order for their housing, and also some people are just living in squalor. And then you have these very, very wealthy, very rich patriarchs that are responsible for different pieces and parts of Baldur's Gate, that have enough money that they can live lavish lives and also afford their own private security force. So anyway, I really liked having this interaction here and being able to kind of see a little bit, because in the original module they hadn't really fleshed out Baldur's Gate, which is fine because it was still fairly new. But they did, and one of the cool things that they do in a lot of the modules is they flush out different areas. So, for example, in Storm King's Thunder, they kind of give an overview of kind of what's happening in different parts of Faerun. So you could run a campaign using all of your books kind of together, and they flush out a lot of things. In Dragon Heist, they flush out Waterdeep. In Baldur's Gate and Avernus, they flush out Baldur's Gate, and so on and so forth. So, anyways, I digress. Definitely, if you're looking to kind of flesh out an area that your players are, and you have access to those modules, if you have them or a friend has them or whatnot, I definitely encourage you. They are a really good resource for making your city feel alive. Even if you're actually stealing from some of the other things. So, for example, if there's an encounter that you really like, feel free always to steal from those other modules. Anyways, so let's go ahead and do a brief thing. We'll jump right back in and continue with this and see if we can't move on to some of the encounters on the road. So we have a newly revealed character. A new character has joined the fight, and I will let them go ahead and introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone that missed me in the first half. My name is Jabril. I'm Jabrilopad in chat. I will be piloting Baylor Kisk.
Excellent. His name is Baylor Kisk. All right. And Mordok.
Hi, I'm Dave. I'm playing Mordok, who is a Protector Azamar cleric.
All right. And Patrin.
Hello, everyone. I am Brad, also known as Hiohari in chat, and I will be playing Patrin Purpleheart.
And to run out the group, it's BGX Mage here in chat and on Twitter. And I play Zed, the lovable little kobold monk who wants to grow up and be a dragon one day.
And now has a doll stuck in his backpack.
And now has an original Blinsky stuck in his backpack.
If you, one of the things I like to do as far as a game master, not to digress anything any further, I like to pepper in little Easter eggs from previous campaigns. I think it can make your world feel alive and connected. So if you get the chance to do that in your campaigns and in your worlds, I highly encourage you to do so. Even if some of the players may miss out, they may be able to share the stories with the other things, and it just kind of helps build the narrative and helps you connect more with your players. So, anyways, so we are back in the city of Baldur's Gate.
Like Jabril, when we did Curse of Strahd, the three of us, as well as a couple other party members, in Curse of Strahd, we actually turned Blinsky into Santa. And
okay.
over the course of the campaign, like, we got a giant skull for its sled. We recovered.
Spoiler
like,
alert, Curse of Strahd. Continue.
nine goats, and we gave him the Gift Eater 3000 from.
And we had a poem.
Yep.
Yeah, and we had this really awesome poem, which I think is on your blog, Carrington.
It is.
That you can go check out at openheartgames.com/blog and read up on our tale, which was hilarious. So yeah, the fact that the Toys of Blinsky is like that little crossover between our experience with Strahd and now. So really,
Absolutely.
really cool.
Yep. And
Nice.
I will put a link to the blog right there. Bam. And it is, I think it's "'Twas the Night Before Strahdmas" is that one. While I have played very serious campaigns in the past, I tend to enjoy a bit of levity in my own in the campaigns. If you haven't noticed, so for example, letting the players, make Barovian Santa Claus and things like that. One, because I think it's entertaining and it's fun, because we do as storytellers and as dungeon masters and whatnot. So I encourage having an amount of levity. Just make sure you set your expectations for your players. If you have a bunch of people who want to be serious role players, a campaign that has a bunch of inside jokes and silly stuff like that may not be for them. So something.
We're currently talking to a rat, and Baylor's trying to talk to the rat. So clearly this group is still ready to goof around and have some fun, even though
Absolutely.
it's serious at times.
Oh yeah, you got to have those moments. I think there's a good balance to be found. So, and I see that there's a Blinsky toy shop set up in Saltmarsh. I like that campaign too. It's a good one, well written. So we're back in Baldur's Gate. We've made it to the Wide, which is this massive open market. It's full of just at this time. It is full of hustle and bustle, and stuff is just people are talking and moving different things. There are people who have like I believe it's called a rickshaw, and they're just like carting different things here and there. I need everyone to make a I just need Patrin to make a perception check. The rat points and says, "That's the silk box," and you can see that there is a palanquin, and inside it you can see that comes out of it just a glimpse of a long black clawed hand, and it points at something.
So the long black claw hand in a palanquin is pointing to a silk box? Or
So the rat doesn't know the word palanquin, and thus, it would palanquin is covered.
He's calling it silk.
It is the silk box.
Yep, it is silk, and it is a box. He is a rat. He's a smart rat.
What is it pointing towards?
It is pointing towards some wagons.
That appears to be a caravan, I assume.
There's a bunch of wagons lined up.
So I guess I will point out the silk box with the black clawed hand and be like, It's pointing at those wagons. I think we should get in that group.
All right. What does Zed want to do? What does Zed feel about all this hustle and bustle and everything?
He is Zed's in sensory overload right now, and is really trying to like find his center through all of the noise. And you can see he's not having the greatest time with the crowds, and is kind of like leaned up against Baylor's legs. Kind of just.
Is Baylor got the barrel just like this?
Yeah, just propped up on his shoulder.
Okay. As you readjust the barrel, you notice that there is a tiny kobold clinging to your leg.
Oh, hello. Do you want up here? And I'll point to my other shoulder.
That might help. There's a lot of nice...
Before he even finishes the sentence, I will scoop him up by the back of his neck and place him on my shoulder.
Nice.
Oof. Thanks. That might help a little bit. There was just a lot of moving back and forth at my height. This
Yeah,
looks
just watch. Are you wearing shoes?
Like sandals. Like,
Okay. Never mind then.
Nothing too crazy. It is a monk after all.
Sure.
This feels a little better. There's a lot of people here.
There are definitely a lot of people.
On the topic of shoes, Baylor's not wearing any.
Nice. All right, so there's an exchanging of so gold exchanges hands, and then the palanquin just kind of like vanishes into the crowd, and you notice that they have definitely like the wagons, like 5 of these wagons seem to have been purchased, and they begin loading them up with crates and whatnot. But there's not just those 5 that they purchased. There's more in this big wagon caravan.
Does it look like I can find out who looks to be in charge of these wagon caravans?
Yeah.
Like there's always a commanding figure, talking with respect and authority.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
If we can figure that out, I think we should approach. What does everyone else think?
Oh, I'm in.
Just following along like a puppy dog.
What about you, Zed?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
All right, then let's walk over towards that group. The original idea was us to try and get hired on as like caravan guards or something, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's walk on over to whoever looks like they're in charge.
All right. So it just seems like there's a bunch. It seems like each wagon has its own crew kind of thing, and they seem to be like loading their own individual wagons.
I'll pick one group that looks friendlier than the rest, and be like, "Hello there."
Ah, hello there, good friend. My name is Bede. I am a merchant, and I can see, and he points at your tankard, that you are going to be. You might be interested in joining our caravan. Yes.
Yes, we were looking to see if we could get hired on for some work.
Well, he says, I've done a couple of runs here and there. I tend to supply these caravans with the necessities, and to be quite frank, and he kind of scratches his slightly pointed ears. He's a half-elf. He says, with the necessities and incidentals of travel, mead, beers, the occasional salted pork, and the things that a traveler wants on these journeys. I myself, I'm not sure if I'm in the market for a. Says I'm not sure if I'm in the market for a bodyguard per se, but perhaps. And he says, does anyone want to? You know what? He will say to Patrin, I'll let you roll, actually. If you want to try and roll either persuasion to persuade him that he does need one, or something like that. Whatever you want to do.
Can I assist if I give you a description?
I'm going to have you roll separately.
Oh.
Because you're each going to have to get hired on your own.
Oh.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that thing. With guidance, apparently. Roll that d4.
Oh. Who, me?
No, Brad.
Oh, well, my persuasion roll was, like, bad.
He says,
I got 17.
All right. He says, I'll tell you what. Favorite ale, favorite style of ale.
Oh, it's gotta be Dwarven.
Favorite style of mead.
I think the answer might be the same.
All right. Are you handy with an axe?
I'll lift up my axe and be like, I've never really used the sharp end, but I smack people real hard with the other.
He says, someone who seems to have a connection with the land. We may have to lose the rat, though.
I'll look over at my little buddy, hand him the biggest amount of cheese I possibly have that he could carry, and give him a little wink.
What do you want me to do? Squeak, squeak.
Oh, thank you for your services, my friend.
All right. And with that, he takes it and he says, good luck. And he breaks off a tiny little piece of cheese and leaves it on your shoulder.
Oh, Patrin will pick up the cheese and put it in his mouth and eat it.
Gross.
Hey man.
Yeah, you
Druid.
You got to do what you got to do, right?
I laced my flask with psychedelic mushrooms, Carrington.
So the rat scurries away into the thing, and I'm sure we'll tell the tale of when he was an adventurer to his 600 kids that he eventually has. Tell me I'm wrong. So this individual tells you, and again his name is Bede. He says, I'll tell you what, I could use someone to help me sling ale and act as a bodyguard. I'll hire you. Food, living expenses included. Pays 10 gold pieces per 10 day. What do you say?
Oh, that sounds fine. I can recommend some extra help as well. This is my group I've been traveling with. I myself am quite well at handling the animals and the combat, but I much more prefer the animals.
Who wants to roll first to try and persuade him?
I rolled a 6 already.
Since I ingratiated him, can I perform the help?
No need. He's like, tell you what. I will. This is your burly friend. I think he would make a fine guard. I will gladly hire him for 5 gold pieces a 10 day. food and living included.
I'm gonna like start doing math on my one hand, and it's just like nowhere near the right math. Carry the 7. Oh. Who am I kidding at? All I can drink beer, right?
I can pay you in beer instead.
No. Yeah, no. I'm gonna look to the rest of the group real confused right now.
Do I take it?
I'm gonna look right at him and be like, "That might be cheaper for you, lad."
We're gonna need a tanker.
Yeah, but
I mean, he's
you
probably
can't.
gonna need a cask.
Just like take a handle and like stick it into the side of the cask and just like.
I'm just gonna get a metal straw made. And just...
Yep.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, "But you can't tell me I have to stop drinking."
He looks at like the fact that your character's just like carrying a barrel, has a kobold, and is just massive, and he's like, "I don't think anyone can."
Right, you got a deal.
All right. But paying customers have get first dibs.
We'll see.
Okay. He's regretting this deal already. All right. Who else wants to go ahead and roll?
Oh, I'll go.
Okay. What are you gonna say to him? Persuasion.
Oh, goody. Oh, actually, I'm not bad at that. How did that happen?
I'm assuming you're gonna give yourself guidance as well.
Of course.
Although you don't really need it.
No, you sure don't.
No, hold on. You gave me guidance, so guess
Yeah.
what I'm gonna give you?
You're gonna give me guidance?
Instant extra guidance.
What is that? Flash roll.
1d4.
Flash roll space 1d4.
Yeah,
1d4.
or /R.
No, I always roll 1.
I mean, it's still 17.
Yeah. So you'll be needing, if my large friend here gets hurt, he'll need someone to heal him, and I am quite skilled in those arts. Well, flashing my holy symbol of whoever. No, I won't flash in my holy symbol. That would be bad.
Sure. He says, this is becoming quite expensive. Let's see here. He says,
How much is your life worth if you're hurt or sick? Bad things happen on the road. It's a long trip.
that is true. He says, I will accept. I will pay the two of you to be my bodyguards. And what of this little one here?
He comes with me.
2 for the price of 1. Who can argue with that?
No. I'll look at Zed. Is that right?
What? I missed what he said.
He's saying so. Baylor said he comes with me. To which the this person said, "Cool, 2 for the price of 1. I'm in." And he's like, "Wait a second. Go ahead."
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure you've met many a kobold, and we don't need much, and we're always around to do little things here and there to make the experience good.
All right. He says, "Tell you what. I will pay for your food and everything, but food and living expenses, but no pay at this time.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't really need much.
Alrighty. So he is going to be paying Mordock and Patrin will be getting 10 gold per 10 day, which is their version of a week. And Baylor will be getting 5 gold pieces per 10 day.
I thought he took unlimited beer.
Oh yeah, never mind. He will be getting unlimited beer. He says, do you have any additional things that need to be taken on the wagon?
So I'm assuming with all 3 of us, we will get a spot in a wagon for our stuffs.
He says, I'll tell you what. He points at Mordock and says, this one can sit in the wagon with me, and while I drive it. I think that I'm feeling rather ambitious. I'm feeling good about this. If I'm going to incur additional expenses, then that means that I'm going to need to bring additional materials. Let me see about
Exactly what I was.
Go ahead.
Exactly what I was thinking. If we got another wagon, we could double your profits.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. I see. A businessman and a bodyguard. Brain and bronze. How exciting.
And I can gladly handle the horses.
No, not smart, just wise.
Ah. Wisdom. Yes, the practical application of knowledge. Brilliant. He says, I'll procure another wagon, and meet back here when you are ready, and we will be on.
And when does the caravan leave?
I think we are planning to leave very soon. We are traveling to the city.
Like an hour or tomorrow?
We plan to leave on the morrow. Everyone is organizing and scrambling and getting their things together.
Okay, well then I guess we'll wait till tomorrow and stay out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight in Baldur's Gate. That'd be smart.
I heard drink till the sun comes up.
Nice. So, just to move things along, you pass the night in a local inn, a local tavern. He is feeling rather generous and will pay for your. He actually has an agreement with one of the local places because he actually trades for some beer and all of that and gets some things. And he restocks. He gets a whole bunch of different things for this, and he is very excited to have these items. So in the morning, on the morrow, the wagon train begins to. We begin making the long and arduous journey towards Waterdeep.
Character question.
Yes.
Oh geez. So we were talking about the Goliath and his ridiculous strength, and unfortunately, a large reduce is not on the cleric spell list. But you mentioned the spell enhance ability.
That's the one.
Oh, that is on the spell list.
It sure is. Just in case you need to pick up a wagon.
Yeah, well, I think you can already do that.
All right. So just so that everyone is aware of where the ultimate destination, or one of the destinations, is. The destination that you are going to is. Yeah, we can. Here's the Sea of Swords. And this is Waterdeep. So Waterdeep is up here. as you can see further to the north, another coastal area. So it is going to be quite the distance. And this part of the campaign, this particular chapter, will take the players out of game. In game time, it will take them 6 months. But obviously, I'm going to try and move it along so that we can,
It'll only take 3.
3 months? Oh dear. So yeah. So on the road again. Nice. All right, so.
Okay, enhance ability has been memorized.
Nice. Yeah, and everyone can prepare to leave.
All right. I mean, we got our barrel secure. We're good to go.
Absolutely. So as you are leaving, as you're leaving Baldur's Gate and entering into this region, which is you always love to see when the area that you're moving into is called the Fields of the Dead.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, there's the Coastway, and there's this.
Magic joke.
What was that?
I said Field of the Dead is banned in several formats.
We're making magic jokes. Love it.
Made a magic joke.
Love it.
Every name on the map Carrington reveals puts a 2/2 black zombie into play.
As long as there's 6 or more being shown.
Yep. So for this particular part, what I did was I kind of looked through and out of character, pulling the lens back a little bit to kind of look on this entire thing. There are 12 random encounters that it suggests running, and then once you've run almost all of those encounters, there are several set encounters and set people to interact with that are kind of like main NPCs. I picked one that I thought was interesting that kind of jived with the feel of the party. I think someone who's going to be traveling with beer and all of that is going to be a fun NPC for them to interact with. And I'm sure as time goes on, they will interact with more and more NPCs. So we are going to start. It's interesting because this entire session we have actually had no combat. We've had some rolls, but there hasn't been any combat so far. Which I think we're just going to try and continue because this is fun to just role play and all of that. All right, so you have now left the city of Baldur's Gate, and throw this on in the background. So I'm going to start with a very, very familiar one as far as these encounters go, I think. So a 10-day goes by, and along the way there are different places that you can stop to rest, but there is in the middle of the road there is a human head that is sitting in the middle of the road, about 100 yards ahead. What do you do?
I think we will, for one, I'll give a perception check to see if the human head seems to be breathing. Did they was it Shanghai Noon, these people?
Yep. It could just be a head sitting there. It could just be a decapitated head. Who knows? Hey, look at that. It's not a decapitated head. It's actually a person buried up to their neck.
I will say I would get down and walk on over to whoever it is buried up head deep.
Okay. It looks like he is in pretty bad shape, and is currently unconscious. You notice that as you're approaching him, as you kind of like whoa and pull back on the reins, you notice that he has the word Oathbreaker painted on his forehead.
Well, that definitely doesn't seem nice.
Mm-hmm.
I will. He's unconscious, you said?
Yep.
I'll give him a little healing word.
Okay. Water.
I will give him some water.
Okay.
From his flask that's not actually water.
Oh no, that's messed up.
I did not say that. I gave him water. The flask comes later, depending on what he says.
Thank you. Can you help me?
Well, first off, lad, what did you do to get your head stuck like this?
I broke an oath to promise a promise to marry a woman because I discovered that her father and brothers were bandits and I was expected to join them.
Can I get an insight check if I think he's telling the truth?
You sure can. Make it so.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Yeah, he's lying.
Oh, her family was bandits, you say, lad? That
Mhm.
sounds like a terrible story.
Yeah. I just couldn't bring myself to lead that kind of life.
Oh, that sounds like it would be a tragedy, lad.
Yes,
Well,
indeed.
No one should break an oath for marriage, though, son. I'm afraid I may have to leave you here. I'm sure her family wouldn't appreciate me letting them, like, an oathbreaker walk around.
Please. I don't want to die here.
I didn't say I would let you die. I just said I would leave you with your head stuck in the sand.
That's what the last caravan said.
What are the other caravan people? Are they like just ignoring him? Or are they the only ones paying attention?
No. Some of them are like, what's the holdup? Beep, beep. Wait, they don't do that here. That was a joke.
They're literally saying beep beep.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just saying beep, beep. Well, it'd be my, there's a dwarf behind you that says, well, it'd be my assumption that he broke an oath and is In his just reward, I say leave him in the sand. I wouldn't... And there's a halfling that chimes in and says, well, I wouldn't want to upset the gods. Huh. Maybe we just leave it to divine providence.
I'm gonna lean in real close to this lad, and I'm gonna go, all right, I know you're not telling 100% of the truth to me, so you better say something compelling. I mean, one chance to say something compelling.
One chance to say something compelling.
I didn't say how long he could talk for. He just has one chance to tell me something compelling enough to make me want to get him out of this predicament.
What has he got to lose? He says, why are you on this? Why are you on this this caravan?
You see, that's a much broader and larger story, and it would take quite a lot of time to go over, but the long and short of it is, we're looking for something, and this just seemed like a good way to find it.
I'm looking for something too. Or was.
Well, what was you looking for, lad? And be honest.
The irony? I can't betray my oath.
We wasted enough time on this one. Let's get going. Got a long way to go.
Or we just...
Well, lad.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I swapped out Zone of Truth for for the enhance ability spell. So
okay. What does Baylor think of this?
Baylor the entire time has been looking around like a big idiot looking for who put him in the sand.
Nice.
We're gonna learn very quickly that his head is exactly zero full of thoughts.
Nice.
As a barbarian should be.
So if you were to go into his brain, would it be playing like a Benny Hill song?
Let me put it to you like this: he's a warlock, but probably doesn't realize he made a deal.
Nice.
Just like talk to some weird dude in the woods, and now we can do cool stuff.
He gave a handshake, half drunk, to an evil spirit and didn't know what the heck he did.
The two of them are not, like, the gaining of the cool stuff and the weird stranger in the woods aren't connected in his head.
That's brilliant. All right, Zed.
So it's
good.
So inside Baylor's brain is the monkey with the symbols, but the symbols don't clang together.
Exactly.
They just kind of wave in front of them.
They stopped just short of clashing together.
Got it.
Love it.
Infuriating.
It's amazing. All right. How does Zed feel about this?
Well, I'm really confused why there's just a head and there's no rest of the body, but if we want to take care of them, we can take care of them. If we want to ignore them, we can ignore them.
Okay.
Last time we helped someone, we had to fight, so
That's correct. We've been bitten before.
I want to do the nice thing, but I'm also ready to have to get mean again. And I don't know, guys. I don't like to be mean.
Baylor, after he makes a very, what he thought was thorough check of the surroundings, in reality, he probably just got distracted. We'll walk over to Patrin, or beside Patrin. Is he dead?
Nah, he's still breathing.
Does he need to be?
I don't think he should be dead.
Right. Right.
Nah, he's stuck in a predicament.
Well, I mean,
Up to
I
his
can
head in
fix
it,
that.
if you will.
We
I
give
can
him a
fix that.
spoon.
I mean, I was actually thinking of leaving him with a spoon and 10 good berries.
It's messed up.
It's the rush hour joke.
Yeah.
Minus the fact he has good berries, so he can last for at least 10 days completely without any more food.
How long do the good berries last before they rot?
Well, they're good berries. DM. They healed themselves.
5 days.
Not yucky berries.
Oh, sorry, that's just regular berries. When they're stored properly. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
They're magical. They don't tarnish.
10 berries appear in your hands and are infused with magic for the duration. Where's the duration? A creature can use its action to eat one of the berries. The berries lose their potency if they have not been consumed within 24 hours. Okay.
So he would have a day to eat all those berries and be very full. How many did you eat? 4. Okay.
Well,
I literally have nothing in my pockets. I was gonna be a nice guy, but like I just checked, and as a matter of fact, I don't even think I have pockets.
quite frankly, I think I would look at you and be like, just lift him out of the sand and we'll leave him. Can at least make his
Alright.
way.
I'll reach down and does he have hair?
No.
No hair at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I will set the barrel down and set Zed on top of the barrel. Oh no, I don't need to carry the barrel anymore. We have a whole wagon.
I was about to say,
Yep.
you're still carrying the barrel?
sure-
I mean, it would
you
make
sure do.
sense, but...
So I'm not carrying the barrel. So I will reach down and grab like his ears and then squeeze his head and try to pull him out of the hole. Let me make
you're gonna have
that
to-
dang old strength check.
Oh no, please don't kill him. Oh god. Ow!
Be quiet.
Alright, so you pull him partially out. You know what, I'm just gonna say, you just pull him straight out of the ground. And
By his ears
Like
and his head.
Like a carrot.
yeah, and he's just like
For days.
Ow!
I'm just saying I'm not just gonna pick him up out of the hole. I'm gonna pick him up to like my eye level.
I need
and
Zed
look
to
at
make
him for
a
a
I need
minute.
Zed to make a perception check.
Does it involve sight?
It does.
Is it daytime?
How about, is it a cloudy day or is it a very sunshiny day? Because that matters.
I just need to know if I'm rolling with disadvantage or a flat roll.
Hang on a second. Fantasy weather. Alright, cool. It's sure, whatever. Climate, temperate, spring, blah 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 blah. How do I do this? How make work? Go.
Do cool stuff.
Yep.
Get for asking a kobold to look at things.
Yeah. I was trying to find a random weather generator.
This is entirely your fault.
Alright, 1, 2, 3. It is clear. So yes.
Clear. Alright, disadvantage. Still rolls a 21. Imagine that.
He pulls him out, and as he reaches up to like grab his ears and whatnot, you notice that right here, he has a tattoo on his arm, and it matches the it matches a similar one that you've seen before. It's in the shape of a heart or a harp, and Leosin had one.
Do you know Leo? Taylor, put him down. You're scaring him.
All right, and I'll
Don't
put
let
it
him.
down.
Don't let him run though. Just like
I'll keep
make
a
sure
hold
his
of
feet-
one ear, like really tightly,
Just holding on to one ear.
Is that
Yeah,
kind of
like- like a
Is that
mom
the-
in a grocery store, just like super pinch on one ear.
Is that at this point like it's kind of like that curious crouch down kind of effect? He kind of scoots himself forward. Do you know Leo?
He's just like, Leo?
Leosin. We're good friends. His name, I call him Leo. You have this same tattoo. And I point at the curiously point at the one point
He
at his,
he
at
he
his
covers
arm.
his arm, and he says,
I will grab his hand and like hold it above his head.
he's just like, can I talk to the little one, please?
Yeah.
I'm listening.
He says, first of all, my neck hurts. From being yanked out of the thing. He says,
I can put you back right now.
he says, I am a member of the same organization as Leo. He says, I'm tracking a stolen shipment of treasure. But the smugglers became suspicious of me in the caravan that I was in. And they caught me passing information along to an informant. And manufactured a story that I was assisting bandits of all things. They did not wish to kill me, but instead buried me in this. I'm convinced that they are cultists of some kind.
Cultist. Well, what? Interesting.
He does not seem to be lying.
Interesting. Well, we. I don't know. We happen to also we're kind of doing the same thing. Shh.
Mum's the word.
Do you think we can? I don't. At this point, Zed's kind of out of words. And he's kind of looking around to the party.
He introduces himself. He says, I'm Karlan, a Mofal. He says, He says, I can take. He says, if you don't want to be seen associating with me, I can take some food and some supplies and head back to Baldur's Gate to report. And let my contacts know you're on the way. Or I can try to accompany you to Waterdeep if you wish. But I don't think it'd be too long. I don't think we should stay too long. Hey, what's the hold up?
I don't. People already don't like you. I mean, you got buried in the dirt. I don't know if you might jeopardize the mission.
And I suppose I'll just take some supplies and my leave and be on my way then.
I'm not the only one here that can make a decision. I'm just thinking out loud.
Does anyone else have any opinions? Patrin?
I'm a pat Zed on the back, and I'll be like, "This decision is yours, little one. You need to find your voice."
Oh boy, what if we get this wrong? It'd be nice to have the extra hand, but he already got in trouble once. We're already get. They don't know about us yet. Um, yeah, I guess it might be better just to separate it.
If you
Tell
could,
tell the people what you know, and we'll do our best to finish the mission.
I appreciate you. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity, and best of luck. Mum's the word. Do you have any supplies or food that I can take with me? This 10-day journey back to Baldur's Gate.
Well, I guess I'll start him off with a good berry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll last him full 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like he was never hungry. And then I'll hand him a little bit of jerky and some at least, a few little things.
Okay. He'll take those things, and he's going to try and, make it back to Baldur's Gate.
Good luck.
All right, and he is off. So more days pass. And
Well, in between those days,
yes,
Harrington, I would like to use Animal Messenger.
2.
I would like to use Animal Messenger to send back to...
You should link it. No? Okay.
Sorry, I got it good.
So those, there we go. There's that big wall of text. Beautiful. So you can send an animal to deliver a message. Tiny beast you can see within range. Blue jay, bat. Or canary.
I think you know what it's going to be.
Canary?
Correct.
Okay. What are you doing?
I will, before that one gets too far from us, I'll send an Animal Messenger to him.
Mm-hmm.
And tell him to contact Leosin and let him know of what he has found.
Okay. And let him know that you're in the
And then, and also that he met us.
Okay. You send him that message. And that's that. All right. So, another 10-day goes by. Another 10-day goes by, and you see that sometimes the wagons tend to change the order as time goes on, and as you're watching ahead of you, you kind of enter kind of a more rocky area, and a wagon overturns as a wheel kind of breaks on a rock, and one of the crates tumbles free, smashes open, and reveals dozens of beautiful items, jewelry, and things like that. All these were in like wool and whatnot. And you see several pretty nasty looking individuals kind of hop out and begin like getting a little angry. One person gets out of their wagon and walks over and says, please, allow me to help you. Let me get these things. And they just kind of snarl and kind of shove them away. No, don't touch that. These are my things. Get your thieving paws off it. I'm just trying to help. Where did you come by all these wonderful things you over here? Oh, these are gorgeous garnets, finest quality. Oh, these must have cost you a pretty penny. Did you get these from the south? Mind your business. Do you all do anything? I haven't heard from Mordok in a while. What's Mordok do? Did you see this kind of play out in front of you?
I'm just gonna watch because we're just here to track where this is going. We're not here to steal it. So now we know that the treasure is truly on this caravan.
Does anyone else do anything in particular?
I will cast Detect Magic. Is any of it magical?
Some of it is. Baylor.
I'm just watching intently and like looking back to the group to see what they're doing.
Zed?
Do you think we should help them? It looks like it made a mess.
No, let them. They obviously don't want help, and we don't want to seem too interested.
Sure. The halfling looks back at you. Shrugs his shoulders. Tried to help. Couldn't. If you want to trade for any of that when we get to Waterdeep, let me know. I know a fine jeweler who could help you out with those things. Sell quite a few. And again, just stares daggers at him. How are you managing to keep the egg wet and have...
Well,
okay.
create water.
Yep.
And also we have detect, or what was it? The same ways we were doing this before.
Okay.
Yeah, with each passing day, Zed's able to use his breath weapon to dilute into the water to change the acidity of the water.
Okay. The egg seems to be continuing to grow and drawing in the acid. Bede asks one day as you're performing your ritual, he says, I'm really curious. What is it that you're brewing there? Doesn't smell like anything. Smells a little sour, if you ask me. You sure you're brewing it right?
Oh, lad. Now, I'm going to unscrew the flask a little bit.
Oh, no.
I warn you, I may have to heal you after you take a swig.
He says,
you want, take a swig.
I try to leave my wares for paying customers. I appreciate it, but as we're about to stop up here ahead, I'd rather be, sober so I can count my coins without having to recount them, if you understand my meaning.
Oh, I don't blame you. This'll knock you down. And I will take a swig.
All right.
Oh, that con save.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for someone to say it.
Yep. The DC I've decided is 16.
Fair enough.
Okay, so mark that down. And if you wanted, you could actually probably make a custom attack and just be like, all right, swig of dwarven ale from flask, con save. Might be a fun thing to do.
Oh,
so.
this is not the ale in the flask. This is the akin to psychedelic whiskey or something even stronger. It's been fermenting a little too long.
So it's taken everyone a couple of days to kind of get into the groove of, Bede is he's very nice and he's very, he's very nice. And he's very good at serving and joking, and he's very good at diffusing any kind of, situation, on the road, the same people day in and day out, having to deal with, oh, this person in front of me won't go fast enough, and so on and so forth. This person's right behind me, and the boredom that can come from this. Bede is good, he's quick with a joke, and is able to just keep everyone kind of mellow, and is able to then ply his wares. But he's very particular when it comes to his tavern ware, making sure that it's washed and properly, and everything's properly served, and everything like that. So it does take you a little bit of time to get used to the way that he wants things. But you find that he's very he is very nice. He does seem to have one flaw, and that is that he and I'm sure that Patrin will jump in here. He's a little careless about his horses. He doesn't really brush them down, or really he feeds them, but he doesn't worry about re-shoeing them or anything like that. He just kind of I threw a shoe. That's fine. Which kind of chafes some of the other merchants. How does Patrin feel about that?
I said I would take care of the animals, so I'm going to run in and do a bunch of that stuff that he's not doing for him.
All right. You notice that actually, the fact that people are actually joking with Bede about the fact that they're like, oh, you're finally hired someone to do the things that you won't do, and he kind of laughs it off. And it's actually continued to improve his standing amongst the merchants, and they're very happy about this. So after a night, you notice that you've kind of identified one group of the cult. They sit together. They sit away from the other merchants. They kind of mumble to themselves, and that's it. But some of the other ones are a little hidden, like the ones that you interacted with. So after a night of ale and of taking care of things, the mood shifts, and Bede comes in and says, "Get up, get dressed now."
Comes to who?
Comes to all of you.
What's going on?
You, yes, and points at Mordok and says, "You're a healer, yes?"
Yes.
There's been a death.
Well, that is unfortunate. Not much I can do with it.
As I am paying you, there's concern about my wares involved. I want you to help clear my... Just come with me. I'm concerned that something has happened.
Okay.
So they take you to... There's the halfling that interacted with the supposed cultists. You take the sheep back, and he is laying dead on the ground.
Okay.
So make me a medicine check.
Medicine.
Everyone is covering their face, by the way. Like covering their face with masks.
Too real.
Huh?
Too real.
And they're keeping a distance. They're saying, "Oh yes, I'm pretty sure that it's the shivering fever. I don't know what it could be." You're able to immediately you walk over to him and look, and you pick up his arm, and it's limp. There's black in his veins. There's a little bit of white on his chin from some kind of drool, and it is poison.
This man was not. This is not the shivering, whatever you said.
Shivering fever.
This man, yeah, the shivering fever. This man was poisoned. There's somewhere there's a murderer in this caravan.
The mumbling begins. The mumbling and looking around and trying to figure out what's going on here and there. And Bede says, I assure you that my wares are kept under lock and key and are only I interact with them. And only I, open the casks and all of that, and only my associates here serve the drinks, and it couldn't be us. And so there's some discussion. There's definitely some concern and some unease throughout the entire caravan. The decision is made to to press on, and as the rest of the wagoneers begin moving towards their respective wagons, Bede just kind of this is bad for business. What do you think? He looks at Mordok, who's standing next to him.
I think that they'll eventually get thirsty. There's nothing wrong with your beer. We'll just start drinking a little more and eating more of your stuff here, and they'll eventually come around.
Suppose you're right. Shouldn't you, and he just kind of, like, gestures to the body, shouldn't you, like, do something about that?
I have an idea.
What's your idea? The kind of poison.
So, a poison was used on that guy, so I should be able to figure out what kind of poison was used on him, correct?
Yep, I am looking. So I typed in ingested poisons 5e. First thing is poison control. Good job, Google. I mean, you know?
Yeah?
Yeah, you know? What's this one? So, this type of poison, yeah, this would be something they might have. This type of poison, since you detected it, it is very rare. It is actually wyvern blood, which is very unusual.
Interesting. Now, here's the question. How long would it take when we set up camp for me to walk around the camp with detect poison on and try and figure out if I can find out where it might have been coming from? Like where the wyvern poison might be, the remainder of it.
Yeah, you could take some time and try and figure out where it is. You can definitely do that. I'll tell you what, as the caravans are starting to load up and go, you still have detect poison on. It's still active, and the caravan that has the repaired wagon wheel next to you. You can see it's a shiny new wheel, rolls by, and you can detect that there's just the faintest amount of poison in that wagon.
Was the one that was dead a cultist?
No.
From another...
It was the person who was taking a little bit too interest in the treasure.
Okay. Okay. I would share that information with the group quietly at night.
Sounds good. That is... I think this is the first session we have had no combat.
Yeah, we had two sessions, or last session we had 2 combats, so
Yep.
I feel like good balance.
Absolutely. So this is where we're going to go ahead and call it. Thank you all for joining us for tonight's stream. To those who are playing, thank you so much for playing. I hope you had a great time. I know I did. I love when there are sessions where you don't have any combat and there's just a chance for everyone to just role play and jump in and do things. I had a great time with that. once again, if you are, we would love to have you join us on February 6th for our first GM one-on-one with special guest Tyler Hudak, who was actually a player in our last charity event. We would love to have you come and join us for Hallmarks of Horror, where we're going to be talking about how to run great horror RPGs. Very excited for that. It's going to be an hour-long event, so bring your questions. I hope it can be, a fun, interactive event. Definitely looking forward to doing more content like that. With that, thank you all so much for joining, so much for watching. Take care, take heart. We'll see you next time.